Hello, everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk News. I'm your host, Letitia Romero, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm just loving how we need to get a Broma seltzer over to lots of the Democrats in the House and Senate because they're having to eat their words today. So great, so great, so great. Hello, Francine. Good to have you with us. Thanks for joining us. If you're joining us tonight, please drop a comment, say hello, agree, disagree, whatever you like, but that's the whole basis of the show. You drive the comments and I will respond. Hello, Debbie Libido. How are you? Isn't it great news that Tim Walz is leaving? Well, not leaving. He's not seeking another term as governor, which means you only have him for another year, the people in Minnesota. So it's kind of like Maduro is gone, Walz is gone. This is good. Now, what are we going to do about Schumer? I think AOC has some thoughts on that. Hello, Angela Ricca. Good to have you. Andrew Dorman. Good to have you. And Kevin Young. Great. Happy New Year to everybody. Tim is waltzing out. Yes. Oh, where is my wait. I remember my voice. Our resident comedian, Debbie Libido. Thank you very much. But I mean, did anybody hear the speech he gave today? I'm going to play a little of it because I can't help myself. Schumer needs to be shot with a dart gun. Yeah. A tranquilizer gun, yeah. Well, I mean, he's out there carrying on about, Trump taking out Maduro, but, a couple of years ago, he was pushing Trump to take out Maduro. Pop in to get the latest. Hello, Kevin Wall in Australia. Thank you for joining us, and Happy New Year to you. Yeah, so let's start with. Should we start with Schumer? I can't with all of their horseshit. I mean, it's ridiculous that they think that that they can just say anything and that people will believe them. And maybe they do. Maybe people do believe them. Maybe this is their MO, and maybe their MO has worked in the past, so maybe that's how they got elected. I don't know, but I frankly, I give a lot more credit to people than they do, and I give more credit to the American people, even if they're Democrats. But I just don't get it. I don't get that they don't realize that the stuff that they say on the internet lives on forever. It's not just in a little box. Yes, Walz will be tied up in court and jail. Yeah, I hope you're right. Because, I mean, if you heard his speech today, you would think that he's been combating criminal activity and this mischief for years, and that he had a real handle on it, and that the whole thing is Trump's fault. Just show, oh God, tampon in his mouth. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that'll shut him up. That mouth is just too big. Aloha, Robert Santillian. How are you in the wonderful, beautiful state of Hawaii? It's all anti-Trump rhetoric. Yeah, it is, but it's also, at a certain point, one of the ladies on The View actually applauded Trump today for, taking Maduro out. So at least somebody's using their head. And of course, John Fetterman, is the one who, and forgive me, I mean, we made such fun of him as a candidate on this program, and I'm so sorry for it because he's really turned out to be a good guy. All right, anyway, here's Chris Murphy from Connecticut, right? His recent tweet just days ago, January 4th, 2026. The invasion of Venezuela has nothing to do with American security. Venezuela is not a security threat to the U.S. This is about making Trump's oil industry and Wall Street friends rich. Trump's foreign policy, the Middle East, Russia, Venezuela, is fundamentally corrupt. Okay, that's what he said. I just want to chime in on that one. Does he think that China and Russia and Cuba don't want the Venezuelan oil? Because if he does, then he's an idiot. They're all there because they want the oil. And screw that. They're killing our people. Let us take the oil and control the situation, because if we don't, China is going to become the superpower, and the CCP will be in control. And we know that Roy Neville Singham would like that, and some others who work for the CCP, and probably Kamala and Biden and Walz as well. But I digress. Here's what he said in 2019. If Trump cared about consistency, he'd make the realist case for intervention in Venezuela. Getting rid of Maduro is good for the United States, rather than trying to pretend his administration all of a sudden cares about toppling anti-democratic regimes. So in 2019, Chris Murphy called for Trump to take out Maduro. And Trump did it. And I wish that Trump would go out and say, what are you all bitching about? You all told me to do it. I took a little break for 4 years when your idiot president was here and did nothing. But now I'm back and I did it. So, yeah, that is bull, 100% bull. No, it's all about boxing China in, the real enemy. Yes, 100%. It's about boxing China in. And that's the way to do it. You make sure that you control the oil, not China. Hello, Lucille Chavon. And do you see Colombia? Last night was a whole argument that Colombia was against us. Yes, of course, Colombia is against us. But watch, Colombia is going to come on board because they have no choice. I mean, I might be a little ahead on some conversations. So learn to hear what's going on in this program, because you might get the news a little earlier than everywhere else. But Colombia's got no choice but to get on board. They have to. They have to get on board with us. Otherwise, they're going to be next. And they know it. Yeah. Okay. So speaking of the president that was there before, let's listen to what Joe Biden had to say back in the 80s about narco-terrorists.
We disagree with the president's decision to cut back on our previous commitment to protect against drugs coming across the border, to cut the Customs Service, the Coast Guard, and the Border Patrol. We think we should do more to stem the flow of drugs across our borders, and we think we should go one step further. Let's go after the drug lords where they live, with an international strike force. There must be no safe haven for these narco-terrorists, and they must know it.
Special forces, go in, get rid of the narco-terrorists. That he was, I believe that one, he was talking about Bush. It was either Bush or Reagan. I think it was Bush that he was talking about. But Biden wanted to do it. But what happened to Biden for 4 years? He put the bounty on Maduro's head. He labeled him a narco-terrorist. He labeled him an illegitimate president after the elections. And he did nothing. Why did he do nothing? Because he was vacant. The Joe Biden that was speaking in that clip from C-SPAN has long since gone. He was not running the show when he was president of the United States. We know that. We know that there were arms of the CCP and other socialist and communist groups who were pulling strings to undermine America while Joe Biden was president. And yeah, it's pretty screwed up. Trump freed Venezuela citizens from a mean dictator. He certainly did. And, you know, the people in Venezuela are dancing the streets. The Venezuelan community in Miami are all applauding it. Venezuelans in America are applauding it. And somehow or another, the Democrats once again didn't get the memo. Because traditionally, right, Spanish people, Venezuelans, immigrants, they would be their voting bloc, but they're pushing them away. Hi, Susan. Good to have you. I'm trying to figure out what you're laughing at, Kevin. It might be Joe Biden. I'm not sure. Uh, Trump is getting the job done. He sure is. And, it's what we voted for. Was he talking before his son was supporting cocaine cartels because he never did anything when he was president? You're right, because he wasn't president. I mean, as much as I hate that Trump replaced his photograph with the auto pen, we know that he wasn't president. He wasn't there. He wasn't there. Joe Biden was just put in as a figurehead so those arms of the CCP, etc., could run the show. They know what they were doing by putting him there. Of course they did. And once again, Trump foiled it. Trump foiled it. And here we are. We were the ones who helped Trump foil it. Maduro, come and get me. Trump, hold my Diet Coke. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Because that's exactly what happened. Thank you, Papi Chulo. Thank you. Great comment. Great ad. Great comment. Thank you. We have the wittiest people on this program, I swear. Yeah, I figured it was Joe's speech. I'm a little bit delayed. It takes some time for your comments to get up where I can see them. My daughter-in-law has family in Venezuela. They are rejoicing. People don't realize they have no food in supermarkets, no meds in hospital. I read today that 1 out of every 3 people that goes into hospital in Venezuela dies. And there are tribes in Venezuela that don't have any medical attention. We have to remember that Venezuela has the rainforest. There are still indigenous people there that do not the modern amenities do not appeal to them. They don't want it and they don't have it, or they live so deep into the forest or that you can't get it to them. So there's a lot of work to do in Venezuela, but there was a time that it was a beautiful democracy and the people were wealthy and the people were doing so well. I remember it. I mean, I'm 62 and I remember that time. It was not even 3 decades ago. So a lot of people will remember that. We read that already. Ghost Special Forces, amazing. Oh, weren't they? They were fantastic. Thank you. I think that there's hardly any young men and some young women and some old women who right now want to sign up for the Special Forces of America. I would. Honestly, I would. I wouldn't even care if I died. I just wouldn't want to be dead weight, but I can shoot a gun. I do really well. I'm quick on my feet and I know computers. I can help. I wish they would take me. I think Trump should have a red cape. Yeah. And a big S on his chest. Oh my God, I can't. Leftists identified as fish on dry land since they flip-flop. Oh, excellent, Ramon. Excellent. Oh, we're all in the money tonight with the commentary. Yes, flip-flopping Democrats. And it just gets me nauseous. No one got killed in the raid, and here Americans are bitching. I'm going to say I will disagree. They are not Americans. They're traitors. They're traitors. I don't care if they're inside Congress. They're traitors. They're absolute traitors. I mean, we just showed you Chris's comments, Chris Murphy, and Joe Biden's comments. And I mean, he criticized the whole situation. And I'll show you Schumer's too. Your brain is going to fry. Which Democrat Maduro first called while in custody? Oh, okay. Which Democrat Maduro first called when in custody? Yeah, go ahead. Tell us. I would say maybe Newsom. You're a special force, Letitia. Yeah, I'm special. All right. Short but special. Were there U.S. oil companies taken before this? How and when? Yes, when Maduro came in, he nationalized all the oil, so it became property of the people of Venezuela. Or no, Chavez. I'm sorry, Chavez. Remember, I guess it was Chevron. It was remember back in the day there were commercials. If you're old enough to remember, the people's oil, the people of Venezuela want to keep the price of oil low, and they were selling it in America because they took the fields from the American oil manufacturers and kicked them out. They are traitors. So, oh God, I can't. It must have been Chevron, but I don't. Right? Chavez. I don't remember. But somebody will remind me. Trump is constantly breaking the law. How can you get behind that? Really? Tell me. Give me 5 laws that he broke. If you could give me 5 laws that he broke, then we can have a conversation. I'm waiting. Ink Jib. Exxon lady. Yeah, was it Exxon? I don't think it was Exxon. I don't remember it being Exxon, but maybe it was. The fake news and the Democrat goes on their fear monger propaganda tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, would you let another country take our oil? Dear, we're already doing it. We're letting people take our country, dude. All right, so no, we're supposed to be the strongest country in the nation. Let me ask you something, dude. Should we give them oil to China or Russia? Tell me, would you like China and Russia to have the oil instead of America? Tell me, because Venezuela is giving it to China and Russia. And tell me again. Do you want to free Ukraine? Right? Tell me, dude. I'm not sure what the how is for. But let's see. Sitco. No, it wasn't Sitco. I know as soon as I hear it, I'll know what it was. But I mean, I don't know. Google, somebody Google. I can't Google and do the show. All the Democrats in the Capitol need to be locked up. You know what? Yeah, except for Fetterman. Fetterman's got his shit together. Sounds like the left's money trains are leaving the station. That's the problem with the leftists. Yeah, well, there's more than that problem with the leftists. The problem with the leftists. Centillion says, it's now ExxonMobil. Shell set it up. Okay. I could have sworn it was something like Chevron, or where it was Chavez's name and then something, but you guys have the Google. And I should have looked it up today. Did we talk about Che Weaver yet? No. Let's talk about it. They're selling it to China. Who's it? Yes, yes, exactly. That's the whole thing, is that they want to put China in the better position to take over America. And dude, is that what you want? Yes, Michael Cox, Chevron. I think it is Chevron. But back in the day, I remember it, and that was confiscated from American oil companies. ExxonMobil set up all the refineries and offshore rigs. Yeah, I remember that too. I think it was Chevron too. Okay, I think we're all right. I remember the commercial, right? It was Chavez himself, Hugo Chavez, right? Was the one that was, or am I hallucinating? That's a possibility too. Another upcoming failed impeachment attempt. Oh yeah. Well, hopefully they'll not be put in the position, but we have to work really, really hard to make sure that they don't take power in the midterms. ConocoPhillips. That sounds familiar too. Yeah, see if somebody, I should, well, you know what? I'll play Chucky Boy, and then I'll see if I can go find, it's only 22 seconds. I'll see if I can find out who it was.
President brags about his Venezuela policy? Give us a break. He hasn't brought an end to the Maduro regime. The Maduro regime is more powerful today and more entrenched today than it was when the president began his anti-Maduro. Same thing with North Korea. Same thing with China. Same thing with Russia. Same thing with Syria.
So I didn't have enough time to look it up. But, again, if Donald Trump would come out and just say, hey, Chuck, Murphy, Biden, stop your bitching. You told me go get him. I went and got him. We're done. Make up your freaking mind. Something like that. I think that it would go far with the American people. I think he's just got to use a little bit of his sense of humor. humor on this one. Really, I can't. Crying Chuck keeps crying, says Ramon, and that's the truth. Shoot the dart. I need a laughy one instead of just applause. Oh my god, I love that. Shoot the dart. That's great. Healing through energy. Joshua is the creator. Joshua is here. We love you, dear Joshua. Okay. Joshua chosen Trump for the job in the spiritual war. Trump follows Joshua direction. Divine is in charge. I've been saying that for the longest time. You know, we're looking for a savior, right? We're looking for the second coming. And with what we have done to the world, Trump is about what we should get. God has a fantastic sense of humor. He's going to be strong. He's going to be all those things, but he's going to be Trump. And if one person here can honestly say to me that there has not been a thing that Trump has said that has made you cringe, then I can't believe. I will not believe you. Trump is our guy, but man, yeah. It's about the savior we deserve. He's mad because he's losing campaign funds. Yeah, he really is. Trump has no idea who Joshua is. That's not true. Vilma Martez. Trump is very, very spiritual, and he is one of, I'm not going to say he's religious, but he's very spiritual and he knows the Bible. So I would not agree with that statement. Okay, so we have 8 minutes left. So let's hear from Timmy Walz. He gave his I'm leaving the campaign speech. Listen to him for a minute.
For the last several years, an organized group of criminals have sought to take advantage of this state's generosity. And even as we make progress in the fight against the fraudsters, we now see an organized group of political actors seeking to take advantage of a crisis. Make no mistake, we should be concerned about fraud in our state government. We cannot effectively deliver programs and services if we can't earn the public's trust. That's why over the past few years, we've made systemic changes in the way we do business. We've gone to the legislature time and time again to get more tools to combat fraud. We've hired people we fired people who weren't doing their jobs. We've seen people go to jail for stealing from our state. We've cut off whole streams of funding in partnership with the federal government where we saw widespread criminal activity. We've put new locks on the doors of our remaining programs, and we've hired a new head of program integrity to make sure that those locks can't be broken. All across this state, Minnesotans are hard at work on this problem. Advocates, administrators, investigators are on the front lines defending the integrity of our state's programs. And I want to give a very heartfelt thank you to all of them.
So, wait, all across the state, Minnesotans are fighting the problem. For 7 years that he's been governor, 2 terms, he's been fighting hard against crime and theft and fraud. And yet $19 billion has recently gone missing. And the Attorney General has helped facilitate that. And the Congresswoman, who he loves so well, has helped facilitate that. So, what? Could that be why he's leaving? Oh, no, he says no. But wait. All of the failures are not his fault, even though he's been there 8 years and even though he's been working hard against fraud. So God only knows $19 billion went missing with all that he has done to stop it. So how much went missing beforehand, I wonder? Let's see. Tim ignored it all. I don't arrested speech. Yes, Trump does love us. Make no mistake, Tim, you're fired. No mistake here. See ya. Libtard para liberate Venezuela. Yes, viva Venezuela. Yeah, he's done, and he knows he's done. Since 2007, this has been an issue in Minnesota, but he's been working so hard to stop it. And how much money has Trump stolen? Zero. Why would he steal any money? As a matter of fact, Trump is the only president who left office the first time with less money than he started with. But you could go ahead and keep on talking. Fighting against crime, theft, and fraud, that's not Trump's name, because that's what he's been fighting. Right, exactly. So let's hear how it's Trump's fault.
We'll win the fight against the fraudsters. But the political gamesmanship we're seeing from Republicans is only making that fight harder. We've got Republicans here in the state legislature playing hide and seek with potential whistleblowers. We've got conspiracy theorist right-wing YouTubers breaking into our daycares, demanding access to our children. We've got the President of the United States demonizing our Somali neighbors and wrongfully confiscating funds that Minnesotans rely on.
Wait, so I don't understand. When the media goes and does an undercover expose, it's okay if it's CBS or NBC, but it can't be now where most people get their news, which is X or an influencer or a media personality that is not attached to one of the major media stations, because they won't do their job, right? Interesting. Oh, and then finally, listen.
In September, I announced that I would seek a historic third term as Minnesota's governor, and I have every confidence that if I gave it my all, we would win the race. But as I reflect on this moment with my family and my team over the holidays, I came to the conclusion that I can't give a political campaign my all. Every minute that I spend defending my own political interest would be a minute I can't spend defending the people of Minnesota against the criminals who prey on our generosity and the cynics who want to prey on our differences. So I've decided to step out of this race, and I'll let others worry about the election while I focus on the work that's in front of me for the next year.
So while he's been working so hard, Minnesotans have lost $19 billion that we know about in their tax dollars to fraud that has gone to China and Turkey and Iran and Somalia. So maybe it would be better if he wasn't trying to focus on it, because apparently he's not focusing very well. It shows that Democrat leadership doesn't work. It sure does, Ramon, 100%. Tampine Tim is so full of it. What a liar. He's going to try to hide now because he's done. Well, he's going to be called up in front of Congress, and he died like... Shoot now. Exactly. Tell me, how does it feel to be in a cult? Honey, I'm not in a cult. We are independent thinkers here. You tell me, what do you think about being in a cult? Because clearly you're in one. I've been asking you to prove your statements, and you haven't been able to come up with anything. So just why are you bothering, darling? You'll never win here. My intellect will outdo your intellect any day of the week. And my audience, 10 times smarter than me. So we're all genius here. You, not so much. Democrats are jealous of Trump. That's the problem. Trump is getting things done. They're not jealous of him. They were afraid of him because they were this close to taking America down. We got a socialist now in New York City. We got a socialist in Washington. And where is she? Seattle, I think. We've got socialists being elected all over the place. They're trying to take America down from the inside. And I've said it a million times. It'll never happen because the people and 2A will stop that shit from happening. We'll all get out there and protect ourselves if need be. But we don't need to because we have a fantastic military and a great president. And I believe the people are going to see what's going on. I mean, I don't know. Debbie and I were talking. I've got $2.12 gas, $1.99 for chicken cutlets. I bought a meal for 5 days, all meat, roast beef, steaks, chicken, pork, and all the fixing for $60 for 4 people. So I think that Trump and bringing down the prices is going to matter. Anything Trump does, you will defend it. Say it's a lie. It's fake news. It's delusional. Yeah, no. If you would listen 2 seconds ago, you would have heard me say there's plenty that he does that makes me cringe. And I called him out on this program. So clearly you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So go away or get intelligent and we'll talk. Oh my God. Truck sucks. Well, I don't know about trucks, but usually trucks blow, but well, sweetheart, if that's what you believe, then go. You know who believes in the devil? Tim Walz, because look it up. He has Satan worshipers set up a whole display in a Minnesota state capitol every year, worshiping Satan. So tell me again, who's the devil? I don't think it's Trump. And it, not for anything, but he just took out a dictator who was doing this. I'm going long tonight, but you tell me that Maduro's not a monster. Watch.
Mierda, marico.
You want to tell me that Trump is a problem? Get the hell out of here. You guys are crazy. Every time Walz talks, I feel like I lost IQ points. Oh, Lewis, I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. Let's see. Oh, I missed a lot here. Ramon. And it took an independent journalist to bring Tim Walz to drop out because the mainstream media has miserably failed 100%. Long live Shirley, 100%. Bye-bye and welcome to Iron Bar Jungle. Love it. Democrat wants the social ID like China and the UK. Yes, exactly. Almighty God raises up presidents according to his plan and purpose for mankind. Trump has the characteristics to fulfill God's plan. I think you're right. I think that I said it. We get the savior we deserve. We're a bunch of sinners in the world, and God sent Trump to save us. I think it's hysterical. Yes, Tim should go to the learning center every time. Also, yes, we said that one already. Let's see what else. Puerto Rico just declared statehood. Puerto Rico would love to have statehood, and honestly, I'm kind of with it. I think that it would be a good idea. But first, we've got to go in there and we've got to take care of some business before that happens. Yeah, really? Okay, sweetheart. And prove it. We're the ones that just pulled off a brilliant scalpel-like surgical strike and did the job that ballless Biden and Schumer and Murphy couldn't do. So go see where you got to go. Just dumping misinformed nuts. Oh, and here you are talking to us. What will your friends say, Scotty boy? The fact that you need to tell me you're smart says it all. Sweetheart, I don't have to tell you I'm smart. Everybody knows I'm smart. You only stupid people don't know that. Oh, you. So much intellect, yes. Tons of it. We were warned of their evil agendas and they haven't stopped. Why would they stop? They have a purpose to take down America. Tell that troll we on this thread are special force people. It doesn't matter. You know what? Let him keep talking because the algorithms go up. You notice? How is it that you can defend a child rapist? How sick are you? Tell me who's the child rapist. Prove it. Show me. The only one that I know is Biden's daughter wrote a diary about how her father, molested her in the shower. But I don't think you're talking about him. Prove it. You can't prove anything. You're all just in a cult. You're all force-fed misinformation. Oh, come on now. That's not true. The grocery prices have not come down. I'm not taking anything away from the man, but he's not doing too good with America First. Joe, I just told you what I paid. You want to see my bill? I'll put up a shot after the show. You're a poor excuse for a woman. Oh, well, if you support that man, he's a monster. Oh, is he? Well, sweetheart, I would say the same for you. You're a poor excuse for a woman. I bet you want a free Palestine too. Just to let you know, the Muslims don't do really well with women. You should look that up. This is why funding should be cut off from the university who teaches anti-American propaganda. I agree with that. The whole university system is in the toilet. Thank you, Vincent. I will speak it. Very good, very true. Attacking the U.S. from within. That's exactly what's happening. My God, how do you handle being his? Oh my Lord, shut up because you're stupid. You're stupid and you are just following. I bet you have a pink pussy hat. I bet you do. I bet you do. You know what? My God, how do you handle being his patsy every day? You choose to be his patsy and you choose to be a pussy. And what can I tell you? I'm buying a dark gun. Yeah. Trump wants to be a dictator. No, he doesn't. Because if he did, people like you, Jay Naline, and Danielle from hell wouldn't be able to say and do the things you do. So, the only dictator that is there is Maduro, and you guys want him returned back to Venezuela so he can continue to kill poor innocent people. Think about what you're saying. Think about it. You look foolish. You all look foolish. Thank God for our President Trump, who is saving us and the world. Yes, indeed. The warmth of collectivism. Yeah, exactly. Cuba, Mexico, and Colombia are put on notice. I'm telling you, watch Colombia. Watch what happens. He's already making excuses for himself. She doesn't understand the cult she's in. Oh, sweetheart, if only. I am way older than you, and I've lived and I've seen so much. Unfortunately, it sounds like you have not. Only a soy princess pedo would hate Trump at this point. Listen, I don't know the reason that people have Trump derangement syndrome, but whatever it is, God bless them. That's why you have Walz and Biden and Murphy and Schumer thinking that they can just jump from one side to the other because these are the people that believe them. You're in over your head. Okay, yes, I'm in over my head, and you don't realize it. Wait till you wake up. It's going to be a hard lesson for you. Sweetheart, you should have been with us for 4 years when everything that was predicted on the show and told on the show was true. I bet you're vaccinated. How many shots did you get? I understand that screws with the head a little bit. The heart, the head, the lungs. Yeah. Deport Juan Wick and Pedro File. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyone with the true Holy Spirit is horrified by Trump. No, sweetheart, that's not true. It's just not true. I would say that anyone with the true Holy Spirit is horrified by people that want to kill babies. I would say that probably takes in Danielle from hell and you and some others who I'm sure think that abortion is just fantastic and not a problem, and who want a free Palestine, right? Okay, yeah. I think at this point they are probably AI. Trump is the opposite of everything Jesus taught. That is untrue. And if you knew Jesus' teaching, then you'd know that is untrue. So apparently you're in way over your head. Okay, Jesus was humbled. Jesus, you know what? You clearly have not read the Bible. He had no money, but he was not humble. The man who turned over the banks inside the synagogues, the man who went toe-to-toe with the rabbis and the Romans was not a humble man, my dear. He had no money, but he was a strong motherfucker. You are also the problem because you are too stupid. Oh, yes, I'm too stupid, Danielle from hell. I am sure you should just go put your pink pussy hat on and go over and kiss your picture of Joe Biden. Tim Walz, one down, many to go. Yes, exactly, many to go. All right, we're way over. We're 49 minutes over, and as much as I love playing with these these little girls here that are clearly little minded, small minded, stupid. These are the ones, just for everybody to know, these are the women that have given up womanhood, who have said that, the women, the men can be women and give birth. These are the women like Danielle from Hell and Nikki Snyder. These are the people who have destroyed women's rights throughout the world, and who will happily give over women to be abused by fundamentalists in every religion. So bravo to you. And also like to kill baby in the last trimester or the third or the middle or wherever. These are the women who are promoting the woke agenda, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we love Trump. No, well, listen, you know what? I have no problem with gay people. I have no problem with transvestites. I have no problem with anyone. Who I have a problem with are people that want to put their ideology on everyone else and are offended. 2 times as an amazing man. Shame on you all. What? What kind of business are you speaking about when you mentioned Puerto Rico? Oh, well, we need to take care of a lot of the corruption that's going on in Puerto Rico right now. We've got lots of problems, and we've got a lot of poverty in Puerto Rico because of corruption. It is not being handled like America is being handled, and that's a problem for me. Jesus said, if you have 2 coats, you should give one to your brother. Oh, Lord Almighty, please go preach somewhere else. I have the true Holy Spirit, and I definitely love what Trump is doing, exactly what the major of America voted for. Leftist needs to move to these countries they defend. The problem is that half of these people aren't even real people. You are a bunch of patsies. Okay, yes, that's, and you're a bunch of pussies. Jesus fed the masses with miraculous bread. Trump cut SNAP to the poor and U.S. aid to the world. Yes, because Jesus said, give a man a fish and he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish and he eats for a lifetime. Now, how about that, my dear? Sometimes you have to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. God helps those who help themselves. And unfortunately, the people who are on SNAP are not necessarily entitled to it. So can't help you there because they aren't criminals, ma'am. Trump's a criminal puppet and a pedophile. Prove it. Show us all of your stuff. Put it up. We'll read it. You can't prove it because it's not true. Okay. All right. You're going to keep on going. All right. We're going to say good night. And I am going to see you all tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Danielle from Hell, all of you, Nikki, come on back. We could talk some more. Maybe you can get educated. See you tomorrow at 8.